there, my name is Grace O'Brien, and I'm a senior here at HU. I wanted to finish this Women's History Month with talking about one of my favorite women in the Bible, Mary. Now, Mary only speaks a few times in the Bible, but the times that she does speak resonates with what it means to be Christian. Her most important messages come from the story of the Annunciation and Visitation in Luke chapter 1, verses 26 through 56. Now, the angel Gabriel announces to Mary that she is to conceive a son, even though she is a virgin. In verse 38, we get Mary's response, which is her fiat, which is translated in Latin to mean yes. Mary answers yes to God's plan and willingly and lovingly accepts the word into her womb. Mary could have decided to say no or to doubt God, like Zechariah earlier in verse 18, but she gladly proclaims that she is the servant or handmaid of the Lord and agrees to be the mother of God. Later on in Luke chapter 1, verse 39, it says that Mary travels in haste to see her relative Elizabeth. Now, Mary lives in Nazareth, which is in Galilee, and Elizabeth lives in a Judean town, possibly An Karim, according to tradition. Mary traveled somewhere between 80 to 100 miles to visit Elizabeth. Mary's love for Elizabeth and her excitement to see her relative made this trip worth it for her. The Bible does not mention how Mary got there, but the point of her making that long journey was to tell Elizabeth her good news, not to gloat, but to share what the love of God has granted her. In Mary's greeting, we see that the love of God is pouring out of Elizabeth and her baby. Her baby leaps in her womb, and Elizabeth exclaims with a loud cry that Mary was blessed among women as the mother of God, and for the fruit of her womb, Jesus, who would bring about salvation for the world. Mary goes on and responds with the beautiful song, the Magnificat, like those of King David in the past. Mary gives all of her praises back to God. Mary's soul rejoices in God alone and thanks him for all that he has done for Israel. She says that all generations will call her blessed, not because of her own merits, but of God's greatness and strength. Mary points everything back to God when she is talking to Elizabeth. Mary teaches us the importance of listening to God, saying yes to God, and praising God. We live in a world where achievement is measured by what a person does to get there, rather than who has helped them to get there. We look to ourselves rather than to God for our own achievements. Mary teaches us that we should give thanks to God. He is the one that gives us strength. I am going to finish off this Word Up Wednesday with a challenge for you. Use this day to listen to God and find where you can say yes to him, and do not forget to thank him. Thank you, and God bless.